Three words that imply and absolutely require action. Three words which remain dormant and empty without it. The first, honor. As we go forward, we will honor our heritage. We will honor our history, and we will honor what author Alex Haley called our roots. We will honor those who have gone before us. Today's ceremony was preceded by Aaron Copland's Fanfare for the Common Man. Indeed, it was a fanfare, but the choice to make it part of this ceremony was also a tribute for two very uncommon men. Dr. Lee Kirshner, former State Dean of Faculty, Vice Chancellor for Administrative Affairs, and consultant and mentor to California Maritime Academy. And for Trustee Dr. Pete Mejas, former Fresno County School Superintendent and California Secretary of Education. Both of these giants absolutely revered Cal Maritime and the California State University. So Lee and Pete, I know you're both watching over us right now, and we promise to do right by your legacy. We will also honor our merchant marine heritage. Today's processional concluded with the official anthem of the United States Merchant Marine. That heritage is a heritage marked by bravery, by sacrifice, by blood, sweat, and toil. That heritage has been invested in our alumni since our first graduating class in August 1933. That heritage is our lifeblood, and I am proud to be its steward. Working at sea is incredibly hard. It requires intelligence, resilience, and a sense of adventure. Succeeding at sea requires patience, teamwork, and integrity. These attributes of professionalism are imbued in every Cal Maritime graduate, in classrooms, on athletic fields, and aboard our training ship. Perhaps most of all, a career in the maritime profession demands servant leadership. This idea of service is one we hold dearly. Service requires vigilance and sacrifice. Service matters. Real service embodies commitment with no expectation of anything in return. It means service to something beyond self, something beyond the tangible, and often something beyond the predictable. And real service brings the greatest successes over and over again. We will honor wartime service, that unique and sacred part of our special heritage of service, and the sacrifices made by such men as James Hendy and Henry McNabb. These graduates of California Maritime Academy made the ultimate sacrifice in the Second World War. They did not lose their lives. They gave them to us. Their names are affixed to a memorial plaque along with 9 other comrades on the east entrance to Mayo Hall. While serving as chief mate on the SS Gilbert Stuart in the Philippine Islands, Hendy succumbed to grave wounds and burns from a Japanese air attack in San Pedro Bay. He was the only son of Joseph and Grace Hendy and the husband of Dorothy Hendy. Henry McNabb was commissioned in the United States Navy in 1942 and served in the first Allied assault on the continent of Europe. On September 9th, 1943, 70 years ago last month, Ensign McNabb and 5 of his crew aboard a U.S. landing craft were killed by German artillery fire while assisting a British landing craft on the beaches of Salerno, Italy. He, too, was an only son. Born to Jack and Wilmeth McNabb of Stockton, today Firehouse number 14 in Stockton is on a street named in his honor. We honor their lives and the lives of so many other Academy graduates and honor their sacrifices and their gifts of freedom through our own service to this wonderful university we call Cal Maritime. I, like you, consider it an honor to honor that heritage, a heritage beautifully captured in our motto, to work or to fight, we're ready. The second word, believe. I'm the luckiest man in California, and I invite you to believe. in yourselves, in our institution, and in our mission. Passionately, completely, without reservation, and without apology. Collegiate higher education is much, much more than a job and more than a profession, however honorable. It is a calling, one beckoning that we be all in, that we put the mission first. Our mission at Cal Maritime is straightforward: train, educate, and develop graduates for positions of progressively challenging leadership within the global maritime profession, and serve as the premier source of maritime expertise for business, for government, and education. It's not an easy mission, but it is worthy of our very best collective effort. That mission is embodied in a number of ways. It is embodied in our students, the Corps of Cadets. It is embodied in a world-class faculty rich in experience, rich in knowledge, and rich in spirit. Our faculty understand the mission. They work diligently to accomplish that mission, and they never lose sight of our university purpose. They know that the California State University is an express elevator to a better life. And they make sure every day that Cal Maritime punches well above its weight in delivering on that promise. Alongside them are a group of devoted staff who themselves have answered their calling. They're creative, thoughtful, and action-oriented. They want our faculty, our students, and their teammates to succeed, and they go to remarkable lengths to produce amazing results. No matter where I turn, I am witness daily to so many acts of service, large and small, many hidden from view. Few people see Ken Sales standing in torrential rains at 4 o'clock in the morning in efforts to minimize the flood damage, or see Dave Cheney at 6 o'clock in the morning toiling to create every single one of the armrests you're using this very moment in the newly renovated RZA Auditorium. Or see Peg Salveson here on Saturdays and Sundays, 12 hours a day, preparing licenses for graduating seniors. If you see the research efforts of faculty members Tom Nordenholtz or Sam Pacoda, the student-centric service of Tim Lynch and Donna Ninchik outside of class, the incredible collegiality and leadership of our Academic Senate Executive Committee, the list goes on and on. These acts of service embody the dedication that distinguishes Cal Maritime, where colleagues answer their calling each day together because they believe. And to the last of the three words, lead. Leading is not always easy, especially if you lead from the front. Leading creates vulnerability and risk. Leading means one has to answer critics. So for the Corps cadets, that about wraps up the upside of being a cadet officer. For you Corps officers out there looking so good, thank you. Just remember, Cal Maritime creates leaders. So when you're feeling the heat of leading this year, and you will, take comfort. There are a number of former student leaders whose names may be familiar to you. They stood at the head of the Corps Cadets as the commander and later returned to this institution to lead. Jerry Asplin, Ken Passay, Paul Lyda, and John Keever. Can you give them a hand? They know a little bit about leading from the front, and you have their permission to lead well. Every one of us, whether we reside in the faculty, staff, student, or alumni community, must meet the challenge of leading this incredible university into its bright future. We must confront uncertainty with confidence, counter cynicism with grounded optimism, and propel this tremendous academy forward into this 21st century. Lead with energy, we lead with conviction. We'll be bound by the values that make us great and not be chained to habit, tradition, or a false nostalgia for the good old days. Because the good old days are now. The good old days are ahead. We steer by the stars ahead, not the wake behind us. And if we're to achieve that promise, we move forward. That promise is one of a maritime university that creates opportunities for improved access to education through controlled growth, for affordable education through the achievement of an economy of scale, for quality education through the proven blend of intellectual learning, applied technology, global awareness, and leadership development, for timely completion of an array of professional requirements that enable a graduate to have a career, not just a job. That promise is also one of economic recovery and prosperity for California and for the nation, through rigorous and relevant academic programs that create value for the global maritime profession in such areas as maritime safety, environmental stewardship, and renewable energy, through improvements to current curricula that enhance the profession, including expanded education in marine transportation management and establishment of a transportation logistics center of excellence, through creation of an all things maritime think tank that serves as a 24/7, 365 resource of subject matter expertise to maritime professionals across the globe. These opportunities are achievable. They are within our reach if we will lead. And lead we will, with our eyes wide open for the opportunities and risks, with a spirit of stewardship that will never allow us to tarnish our reputation, with a genuine ethic of teamwork, trust, and commitment, and with uncompromising persistence in accomplishing our mission. As your president, I stand ready to serve each of you in meeting our mission and to faithfully act in the best interests of your academy and university. I profoundly understand the promise inherent in those three words of action: honor, believe, lead. They will guide me every day. I promise. Thank you.
Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our presidential inauguration ceremony. On behalf of all of us here at Cal Maritime, the faculty, staff, and students, I thank all of you for joining us for Cal Maritime's first ever presidential inauguration. I also want to thank all of the committees, volunteers, participants, guests, and cadets who have assisted with today's event. We ask that the audience please remain in place until the platform party has exited the building. And I would ask the platform party to exit in the opposite direction that you came on stage. And I ask all of you to please join us for a reception in the quad. Thank you very much.